so doggone fast. It is so crazy. I just can't believe it. I'm going to share this video with some friends, folks. Sharing the video with some friends. You know, folks, I used to have a shirt like this that was blue, but my daughter Grace stole it. So not only do I have 3 different members of my household now are wearing my socks. I've prided myself a couple years ago of going, you know what? I'm not going to wear tube socks anymore. I've had it. I'm going to be bold and get some colorful socks, express myself with provocative sock wear. And I was successful in this undertaking. However, I had various members of my household going down into the laundry room and just grabbing unmatched socks. And I'd go, you're wearing my socks and they are not matched. So that means you're throwing my whole game off. So I had both of my sons wearing my socks. Then my daughter Grace moves back home. Guess who's wearing my socks as well? She's wearing them. And then she grabbed my coat to wear as like she wears it like an overcoat because of course it's big. Anyway, sorry folks. I'm just getting a little testy. Am I not, or am I? Oh, let me just share this one more place. I don't know if I shared it on the Kingdom already. I don't know anymore. I'm just so. The Gristle Kingdom, it's being shared. The Gristle Kingdom. How's it going out there? I have to see. Oh, new messages. I'm going to hit that. New message. Pow. Woo. Provocative. Oh, I like what you're saying. I dig it. Dylan likes my shirts too. That's a fact. I'm a sharer. Okay? I share things. But reserve the right to complain about the sharing if it gets out of hand. Okay? I reserve the right to go, hey, proletariat, where's my stuff? Folks, you might see this glorious guitar that I have in my hands. I'm going to give you the lowdown on it. It is a Robin Fink signature model with our friends at Reverend. And this is actually a Wildwood exclusive color in this red sunburst. Here's some fun facts about Robin Fink, who's a very nice fella and a hell of a guitar player. Rockin' Robin is what it says here. It says Robin Fink is one of the most has one of the most impressive resumes out there of any guitarist. After getting a start in various local and regional acts, he joined Modern Industrial Music Titans, 9 Inch Nails in 1994 and toured the world as their lead guitarist. He then spent the next couple of decades ping-ponging back and forth between 9 Inch Nails and the reformed Guns N' Roses. Fun fact, he co-wrote much of Chinese Democracy and played all the leads and solos. In between those endeavors, he found time to tour with the traveling Circus du Soleil show. Throughout all of his musical adventures, his fretboard acrobatics and impeccable taste have remained a constant. Now our friends at Reverend have come up with an awesome signature model to further enhance his legendary stage swagger. And again, this is a Wildwood exclusive transparent red flame maple. Actually, what's interesting here, let's check it out. Let's go up close on this bad boy. That looks nice, is it not? And plus the pickup covers, I don't know if you can tell. Oh, now you can. They're black. I think that looks pretty boss. I think that looks pretty wicked. Don't look at my lighting donut. Lighting donut. It comes like a thief in the night. Lighting donut. And the pickups, first of all, it's a 3-piece Carina neck, flame maple top, Carina body. It's very light. This one, 7.13 pounds. Binding scream. 2 rail hammer chisel humbuckers. To stop. Tom with soft tailpiece. Pin lock tuners. All of those things. What I like electronically on this bad boy is that it has a volume and the bass contour. There's no tone control. Isn't that right, Ken Haas? Ken Haas, I see you out there, Ken Haas. Ken Haas. Ken Haas. Ken Haas. Yeah, that song is called Ken Haas. I liked it. So you got volume, and you don't lose any tone when you turn down the volume. I like that sound. Turn down that bass contour. I like it. Here's the bass contour back up again. That's a nice tone right there, diggity dogged. Oh. Some guy keeps, no, this is the Robin Fink. Although I like what you're doing there, Patrick. Patrick McManus. Can you dig what I'm throwing down? Wildwood exclusive, transparent flame maple red. Can you dig it? From our friends at Reverend Guitars. This is a Wildwood exclusive. Tell you what, that neck pickup is just a nice place to dwell. Am I right? It just... chunky, delicious, and bass contour off. Gets all glassy. Bass contour all the way up. It sounds good. It sounds so good. The pickup are rail hammer chisels, made by our friends at Reverend rail hammer chisel pickups. Come in this beast. Can you dig it? I just love that riff. Who doesn't like that riff? Sweet Zeppelin. Sweet Zeppelin comes like a thief in the night. Sweet Zeppelin, Sweet Zeppelin. Sweet Zeppelin comes like a thief in the night. Questions out there. Greg, I just cut my hair super short. Was looking for a hat like yours. Well, you can go to my website, gregkoch.com, and go to the shop, and you will see the hats that are for sale. I think we call them Gristle beanies. You can get a hat. You can get a Gristle beanie. Get a hat. This is a Wildwood exclusive Robin Fink wine red signature model from our friends at Reverend. This particular guitar is 44107, and Ken Haas sent this to me from Reverend, but it is a Wildwood exclusive, and I would imagine that if you wanted this particular guitar, they could probably figure it out. They could probably figure it out. Diddle 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 diddle. Actually, it's holding the tuning pretty well, to be honest with you. It's right out of the damn box. Oh, did you hear that? That's a strange sound. Yeah. Little loopy doopy doo. This thing sounds damn good. Now that pedal I hit for the overdrive down there, that is a Wildwood exclusive as well. That's ODS 181 from Jetter Pedals. It's based off a circuit from one of Steve from Wildwood's amps. It's a Dumble thing. I'm just going to be honest with you. Steve's got a few different. Has anyone seen Slipperfoot? He's turned into Sneakerfoot. Sneakerfoot has returned. So the ODS 181 is fashioned after a particular Dumble that exists out in the Wildwood lair. And they went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth until they got it right. So just on the clean channel on the Koch amp, I got the Flashback 4 delay unit from TC. That's going through the effects loop. But here's just the clean sound of the amp. And then... as you can see, I've got the gain and the volume at 12 o'clock. Sounds good. Am I right or am I right? Or rumble from the Dumble. See your wallet crumble. What? Dumbles are not inexpensive these days, ladies and gentlemen. I think they're going for about 100 G's. This pedal's going for a couple hundy. I think that's a substantial bargain in comparison. Who's with me out there? Identify yourselves. Don't be afraid of it. Color does have an effect on the instrument. Tone hues. Tone hues affect the instrument. Tone hues. Welcome to the Dumble. Nicely done, Tim. I see you. You're bloody well right. You know you got a right to see. It is a bargain model. Dylan is with us on Mondays and Fridays for the Fishman streams. And also, of course, for the trio streams, which is happening this Saturday at 5 p.m. Central Time here in Orange Room. In the Orange Room. Hello from Chile. Nice. Greetings to you, Alejandro. I meant the paint. Yes, of course. The tone hue. Here's that bridge pickup. I should write a song about Dylan's involvement. And then that's full pickup. Looking humbucker, isn't it? Welcome to. Oh, look at the UFO. Believe. Did you see the UFO in my house? I got a UFO. Oh, Lord, it is. We are not alone. Lord have mercy. Take me to your leader. His name is Dre. There it is. Look at that flame wine red top. Wildwood exclusive tone hue. Pickup covers are black. They look cool. Those are the Reverend Railhammer chisel pickups. I like to call them chisels. Put a little S on the end there, really, to get your saliva going. It does look like an ebony fingerboard. Let's take a little look-see at the facts. I like to look a little at the facts to cover my tracks. What? See what I did there? I like to look at the facts to cover my tracks. Let's see what we got for a fingerboard on this doggone rascal. It is ebony. 12-inch radius ebony. 24 3/4 is the scale length. 22 jumbo frets. They're probably medium jumbo. Oh, no, they look jumbo. Oh, yes. Can you dig it? And of course, it has those pin lock tuners, locking tuners. I love the locking tuners. I always say the best thing about the locking tuners, say you bring one guitar to a gig, and especially if you have one with a floating tremolo, and you pop a string and you're going not quite a half step sharp, right? And all of a sudden it's like, you're like, holy cats, I can't finish this tune. I didn't bring a backup guitar, I'm stuck up on the stage. I got my strings right here. Bass solo, the bass player's going, how digga hagga digga, hooga digga hagga digga, hooga digga dagga digga do. In college, I played with this bass player, bless him. And he knew all, he bought that Louis Johnson tape with all the for all the Brothers Johnson slap licks, but he only knew them in the key of E. So if we'd be in a situation where I broke a string or something, it's time for a bass solo, I'd look at him going, help. And I'd be going to change my string, and if you have locking tuners, well, anyway, I'll get to that. So I said, do it, and also he'd go like this, and we went like this, that means whatever key we're in, we're now going to E. And then he'd go, hooga digga baga digga, hooga digga baga digga, booga digga digga. This one like we'd go, so I'm madly just trying to get the string in as quickly as possible and trying to tune up so we can end the bass. Well, bless him, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it was very exciting for everyone in the house. But not that I'm judging. I don't want to seem like I'm judging the artistry of my former bandmate. I am not. I'm just saying bass solos are really good to a point. So with the locking tuners, you don't have to worry about wrapping it around X amount of times. You can pull it all the way through and then lock it in, tune it up. Next thing you know, tastefully done and paced bass solo over. And tuned guitar, let's commence with the rock and roll. Who's with me out there? Identify yourselves. I can see you. All right, there we go. All right. Put a little heat on that rascal. It does sound good. That's using that ODS 181 from Jetter. Are they sold out of those rascals again? Oh, that's unfortunate. But they'll get more in. Put your order in now for another jetter, 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 jetter. Again, right out of the doggone box. Can you believe it? It's a Reverend Robin Fink with a Wildwood exclusive Flame Red. Flame Wine Red. That's kind of hard to say. Flame Wine Red. Dig it. Can you dig it? All right, I'm going to switch over to a delicious new Billy Corgan model from our friends at Reverend. They don't have any of these in stock yet at Wildwood, but they're coming. So you could call Lance out there and say, Lance, my man, when can I get a deal ski on one of these glorious... Actually, you could buy this very one if you wished. I'm sure Ken would arrange it with the Wildwood folks. You could get it through them. This is a Billy Corgan, the new Satin Silver Burst. Can you dig it? Look at that. Good sounding little guitar right there. Despite all my rage, I'm still a pseudo boomer in a cage. Despite all my rage, I am just a pseudo boomer in a cage. Despite all my rage, I'm just a pseudo boomer. There we go. In a cage. I'm in a cage. Despite all my doggone rage, I'm just a boomer in a cage. Can you dig it? Despite all my rage, I am still just a pseudo boomer. Actually, I'm technically Gen X, okay, but was the last. I was in a family of baby boomers. Replying to Ken Haas is Ken Haas. This is the 2022? Yeah, Ken can hopefully chime in with the facts on this beast. What tuner do I use? I use whatever's got a battery in it, pretty much. This is just a little snarky snark. And despite all my rage, I use a snarky. Unlike Jimmy Page, he didn't use a tuner. He used unknowable forces. And incantations, probably. I don't judge. You know what? Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to keep a guitar in tune. You know what, bro? Sif, proletariat, bro Cephas. You got to do what you got to do. That's a cool little turnaround for you. You ready? On a Billy Corgan guitar, I'm going to show you a Joe Pass lick that you can use. You want to do a little turn around the key of E. You got to get your pinky up there at the 12th fret. That's right, you got to stretch, damn it. You got to suffer for your craft. And then, so we got E11 with that E on the top. And then F13, E13. This is actually an E9 or an E13 with a 7th in the bass. So to that. So you can go, despite all my rage, I am just A boomer in a cage. Boomer in a doggone cage. Despite all my raid. Play that for your family when they come around dinner tonight. And they'll say, that's delicious. I don't need dessert. They won't say that. I just said it. Those are big boy chords, Kyle. You're doggone right. Big, big, big boy chords. It's good for you. Yes, they will. They will say that dinner tonight. You play that for everybody at dinner. Everyone, learn it and play it for your loved ones at dinner. They'll go, Daddy, please play that Joe Pass turnaround for us again. That was delicious. They're going to say it. It is shiny pickups, right, Doug? Let's take a close look on this rascal. It kind of makes you feel like... Right? It looks like a spacey guitar, so I played a little Star Trek-y thing in there for the kids. And a little Close Encounters. Well done, Eddie. Someone's paying attention out there, diggity dog it. Boldly taking us where Billy Corgan was afraid to. Am I right or am I right? I took out my MRS coffee cup today, fellas. I should have it in here. My MRS music, rants, and guitars. You should check out that show, y'all, if you haven't seen it. I did one of their shows a couple weeks ago. We had a good old time. The neck profile on this is, I would say more akin to the regular East Sider. My Gristle Master's just got a little bit more meat than this. And therefore, I would not say it's exactly like it, but I would say it's more akin to the East Sider. Sorry, sometimes I get thrown asunder. I get thrown asunder. Hello, how are you? Beep, 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 beep. I'm well, Austin. Thank you very much. The Red Beast that I just played is this. This rascal right here is the Robin Fink. It's a glorious weapon. It's a glorious weapon. Both of the Reverend variety. Sometimes the brain goes bye-bye. It does, without a doubt. Sometimes the brain just says, you know what, Drade, think again. I'll give you the exact profile on this rascal. I'm going to go, I've got a little link C. Up above in the link I have, on the description of the video, there are links to the guitars. Let's see. Pickers, low profile knobs, bass contour. Got it. Initial headstock. Got it. Chambered Carina body. Triple string tree, I see you. Treble bleed circuit, love it. 10% pots, yes. 10% caps, yes. Scale 25.5. Neck profile, medium oval. That is the answer to your question. Roasted maple, 12-inch radius. Controls, volume, tone, bass contour. List price, $14.39. Played by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins. Sometimes I take pumpkins and I just smash the hell out of them. I remember when I was a kid and I was trick-or-treating with my buddy Dickie Wortman. And we were trick-or-treating, and somehow we saw a jack-o'-lantern, and as we ring the doorbell and we were looking at it, it bothered us. So we kicked it. We kicked it and smashed its face in. And for no reason. I mean, how stupid could you be? I mean, why would you kick in the face of a pumpkin when you've just rang the doorbell hoping to get a treat? And the dad comes out, and he sees us and just like looks right away at the pumpkin and looks at us and goes, why would you do that? I'm like, how did he know? Wait right here. And he gets his kids out, and they're like these forlorn little kids. You say you're sorry to these children. So we had to say sorry, and then on our way we went. So every time I think of Billy Corgan and Smashing Pumpkins, I think about Halloween and how I was shamed for getting caught for smashing a pumpkin. That's a troubling story. I'm glad I got through that. I was able to get it off my chest. Len, you are awesome, my friend. Nice wood, Karina. It is a nice wood. It is. Tisk, little Greg. Yeah, I was bad. I got in trouble. Rest assured, I've been paid back karmically many times over again for the smashed pumpkin incident and other transgressions. Oh, Kevin, I see you. You're master of the meme. He put a doggone jack-o'-lantern right on that diggity doggone stream. I see it. Did we still get candy? That's a good question. I don't know. I was so overwhelmed by shame. Thank you, Sassy Cat. As that word came to mind, you said it in caps. Shame. Is that a space caster? It kind of is, Darth Slater. Stardate, Billy Corgan, leader of an alien race called the Pumpkinians, dwelling somewhere in the Chicagoland area. They smashed themselves in a voluntary piece of self-deprecation. And now, this bold instrument lies as testament to their musical ramblings. Ooh, did you see that? Wow. That was a little poetry reading for you kids. Questions out there. Played in... I didn't add any heat to this guitar. Let's see what it sounds like, a little bit of heat. So, here's the bass contour on this record. Despite all my rage, I am just a boomer in a cage. This is the Billy Corgan signature model, the new tone hue. The new tone hue is, I'm going to read it right off the doggone thingamaboobaroonie. It is satin silver burst. Let's take a close-up look at it. Behold, shiny pickup covers, silver appointments. I like it. It makes me want to shave my head and wear a robe and go around and cause a little trouble. Wear a robe. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ba-doo-doo-boom. Ba-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah. I like to play jams for the people. I like to play a little bit of that rock music for the kids. That little song, Tonus Diabolic, that's an old song of mine from back in the day. I think I came up with that in 1990-ish. But it wasn't from a Van Halen thing. I saw Blues Saraceno at a NAMM show, and I walked into the Yamaha booth at the time, and he was doing a tune with that thing going on. I thought, that's cool. I'm going to do me that. I'm going to do me that. And then one day I was back at my apartment. Some of you have probably heard this story before, but I'm going to tell it anyway. And this was back in the day when people had answering machines. You know what I'm saying? You had answering machines, and as every guitar player, well, most guitar players in that period of time, you felt compelled to leave a guitar playing message on your answering machine. And I resisted it for a time, and then I gave in. And one day I was messing around with my delay set on one repeat, and I was doing this lick. And I left a message going something like this. I'm not in right now, but if you leave a message, I'll get right back to you. And I left that message, and people were going, dude, that is so cool. You should make a song out of it. So I did. And for a while, my band was playing all the time back then in the area. We used to gig all around Milwaukee for a long time, playing festivals and bars and doing whatever you do. And we played my own jams for the most part. We did a few covers. But we'd play that song. We had this rabid follower who's now since passed away, bless him, but his name was Daryl. Daryl used to work with my brother back in the day. And then he branched off on his own, and he had a carpet business called Carpet Masters. And I would introduce the song going, listen, I don't have a name for this song yet, but we're going to play it for you anyway. And so we'd play the song, and all of a sudden I'd be at a festival, there's security and stuff, because it's just not a place anybody from state, from out there can just keep. And all of a sudden I'd have a note at my feet, and it'd be a note from Daryl going, the song should be called Rumpelstiltskin. I'm like, no, I'm not naming this song Rumpelstiltskin. And then another time we're playing a song, and all of a sudden I look down at my feet, and again, it's a place where there's security and whatnot. It's not like a place where some guy's at a bar and throws you a note or something. I'm like, how? What? And I look down, it's this note. It's from Daryl, and it says, when you sing the lyric of this song, substitute these words for Carpet Masters, just for the fun of it. I'm like, I'm not doing that, Daryl. I'm not going to sing about Carpet Masters. Anyways, years go by, and unfortunately, Daryl passed away, and it was very, very sad. And I go to his funeral, and there was this mutual friend of ours there, and he comes up, he's like, hey, did Daryl owe you money? I'm like, what? He's like, no, really, seriously, did he owe you money? I was like, yeah, he owed me a few bucks. It's not important. He's like, no. Daryl wanted me to do this at his funeral. He wanted to make sure I made amends to everybody that he may have owed even a few bucks for. I'm like, I go, absolutely not. He's like, no, I insist. So he opens his envelope and he gives me a $20 bill. And instead of it being Jackson, it was a picture of Daryl. So in the end, the Carpet Master reigned supreme. Can you dig it? Carpet Master. Rumpelstiltskin. That's what he wanted me to name that song. Instead, I chose Tonus Diabolicus, which I thought was interesting. Oh, Kyle says, enter the rats. Oh. Can you dig it? Master of carpets, carpet of masters. That was a song called Enter the Rats, but for today and today only, it's called Carpet Masters. When will the Gristle Tone P90s be available? I have a P90 guitar that is sitting in the corner. Well, my friend, Dwayne, doggone it! Dwayne! Wow, I got a little reverb going on here about my microphone. Dwayne, we are hoping for later this spring that they'll be available as a standalone. There's been a little bit of craziness in the unveiling, if you will, of the pickups only because of supply chain issues due to COVID-19. COVID-19. Oh no. So there is going to be a first round of the Reverend Gristle Master, or the Reverend Gristle 90 as we're calling it. That's going to have my new Fishman Fluence P90s in it. There's going to be a first run, most of which are going to be arriving at Wildwood Guitars. Then there's going to be about a 2-month lull because it was impossible to get more parts. But now, after 2 months, after the end of this month, the 2 months from now, so back in June, I guess, in June there will be, let's see, yeah, March, April, May. Yeah, in June, there will be a bounty of Gristle 90s available with the pickups. As a set by themselves, I've been told to look somewhere in late May for the actual pickups by themselves. And there will be a difference because when you buy my P90 set, Gristle Tone P90s, Fluence P90s, they're going to come with a standard, 2-volume, 2-tones, because that's what most P90-driven guitars have, right? And so that setup will come with, it'll have 3 voices. So there'll be the 2 different regular P90 voices, and then there's be a third voice that will be something for the middle position that adds another dimension. So there's going to be 3 voices to that set. If you want, you can upgrade the set to have the out-of-phase circuit that I originally had set up that comes stock on the Reverend version of my P90 set. I know it sounds confusing. So when you buy the P90, the Gristle 90 guitar that I have with Reverend, with my signature P90s, it already has the out-of-phase setting in it, which is a cool out-of-phase setting that allows you to get, when I go in that middle position and I pop up on the tone control, I have it so that it's not completely out of phase. The volume control of the neck pickup is back just a little bit, so you get that fatter out of phase sound, like the Peter Green thing. So that comes stock in the Reverend guitar. But on the actual standalone set, that's an upgrade. But the standalone set has a third voice that the Reverend guitar does not. So there are things that both do that are a little bit different. Does that make sense? It sounds a little confusing. I was confused as I was saying it, to be honest with you. But I hope that that gets you... this is a bit too technical. Thank you. Thank you, popcorn cheese. It's so hard. It's so hard to make my brain work. Where's my Prevagen? Bring it. Do I hear vegetables being cut in there? Sarah, what you making? Oh, it's Tuesday night. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday. And I look forward to devouring some tacos. Tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. Could I repeat all that? Sam, I don't know. I don't think I can. Taco Tuesday. That's what it is, friends. Let's just kind of review of what we had. The Baja is killing. Yeah, Baja Telly's a great little guitar. I had one of those for quite a long time, and I don't know why I sold it. I like that guitar, but sometimes things come and they go. They are chicken tacos that we're having. Taco night, taco night. Don't ask me what I think of you, and I'll not get the answer that you want me to. But it'll do. I ain't ready and my legs are thin. Don't ask me what I think of you. I might threaten, start and sniffing airplane glue, but diddle doodle doodle. Don't do that. Don't snort airplane glue. It's not good for you. Wish they would have told me that earlier. What? I'm just kidding. It's not funny. Don't joke about that. Yes, the Baja has the S1 switch, and you'd get a little out of phase thing. But again, what's cool about this out of phase thing? First of all, they're P90s, and it's not exactly out of phase, so it gets that fatter thing. If you've ever messed around with that Peter Green thing, I had a Les Paul where I had in the middle section, pickup was actually turned around, so you got that full out of phasey thing, which is different from just the electric. People would explain it to me. I was like, I don't want to know what's going on under the hood. I just want the functionality and the sound. Bring it to me. And when you're in the middle, you're totally out of phase if you have both volumes all the way up with the two pickups, but you roll either one of those volume back just a skosh, and all of a sudden the sound just goes, and it gets fat. Still has that quacky quack, but it gets fat, juicy, and succulent. It's much more usable. But you got to be kind of MacGyver to find that sweet. You got to, oh, there's that sweet spot, leave it there. So I wanted to just have the there it is spot already like a preset. So that's what we did on my pickup set. Aren't I a clever son of a gun? Oh, Drade. You bringer of weirdness. Can you dig it? I like Donald's sentiment here. He says, Kirk Hammett should give Greenie Les Paul to Drade. I'm all for it. I'm all for that kind of activity. Nothing like a little bit of generosity towards Dreophocles, Drade, if you will. Silence yourself, Drade, right? Can you sample that sound? Oh, well, here, sure, exactly. I will give you a sample of that sound, a sample of that sound. I will give you a sample of that sound. Have I ever played with Hank Jr.? No, I never have, Vernon. I've never met Hank Jr. Seems like quite a character. Okay, so this is that out of phase sound. Hear that sound? Oh, I love it so. Right? Rant. It's just good, clean fun for the kids. Don's saying I was playing Night Flight. I received a message from my brother across the water. He said, do. Darth Slater says, I want to know if the P90s will also be in humbucker mountable form. I know we talked about it, and I'm sure at some point they will be, but not right away. I know what you mean, like a full humbucker. But we did talk about it. So, but again, everything's just kind of delayed because of COVID-19. How do I EQ my amps ordinarily? Well, it's funny, Nathan. On my amp, my signature amp that I'm using right now, I have everything at noon. So bass, middle, and treble, everything's at noon. I have presence at noon as well, straight up. It just seems to sound good with any guitar. I go back and forth, and it just sounds damn delicious. Greg, how many fiddles do you own, good sir? Are we talking warehouse? You know what? It's not all that many. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 30-ish. Something like that. Though there are a few more here because Wildwood sends me guitars. My buddy Carl came down and dropped off about 5 guitars here. Three custom shop Telecasters and a 63, 6120 Gretsch and a couple of acoustics and stuff. But of my own, it's somewhere along the neighborhood of maybe 30-ish, somewhere. I take T3. I take T at 3. I see you. Got nasty habits. I take a T at 3. Stones. I'm a big Stones fan. I don't know if you're aware of that. A Stones fan. All right, folks. Well, listen, thanks so much for tuning in today. It is 4:06 in the afternoon. It's time for me to see what's going on with dinner. I hear some sounds and I smell some smells. And I got to tell you, I'm feeling the feels. What? That sounds weird. Anyway, so again, in regard to my signature guitar, of which this is from Reverend, this is the Gristle 90. It's available in this color, which is Tosa, T-O-S-A, turquoise, after my hometown here of Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. There's a gold one, and there's also a black version. But as I said, the majority of the first shipment, which is arriving at the end of March here, which has got to be soon, Ken Haas maybe can pipe in exactly when those are landing. It's hard to tell. There's going to be a first run, and then there's going to be a couple-month drought, and then they're going to be available in larger quantity come June. So if you want some of the first shipment, I would call up Wildwood and put one on reserve. That's what I'm saying. And then don't forget about the Billy Corgan guitar that I was playing, and of course the Robin Fink. The Robin Fink being that particular color of that red with the flame on there, that is a Wildwood exclusive. Can you dig it? Thanks so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you all sticking with me throughout this strange time here. Ever since we've been doing, this has got to be 90-some, because I think it was 90-some with the Fishman Boys, and we did it. I started doing them twice a week for Wildwood the same time I started doing twice a week for Fishman. So I think it's over 90, maybe even up to 100 now, maybe, of these live streams. Crazy. Also good news today, we were in the top 20 for podcasts on Apple Podcasts this past for music-oriented podcasts. So if you haven't checked out the podcast, please do so. We had Tosin Abasi on last week, and then Jason Isbell was the week before. Those were 2 back-to-back that people just devoured. Those were good ones. They're all good, but I mean, those were really nice long chats that went a lot of cool different directions. And again, that's wherever podcasts are cast, and it's called Chewing the Gristle. So please subscribe to that kind of activity if you would. Yeah, there's 2 different seasons, as a matter of fact. It's been a lot of cool, fun people on there. It's too many to mention, but you go check it out. I think you'll dig it. They usually last about an hour, some are a little bit longer. The one with Tosin was like an hour and a half. We were just shooting the breeze. Anyway, thank you so much, folks. I appreciate it. Take it easy. We'll talk soon.